What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer, checking out a virtual world sword soul combo I found. If you guys are new to the step-by-step combo tutorial kind of video archetype, I find combos from wherever the case may be, and I just, take them one for one. I slow them down way more and explain what all the cards do. I pretty much actually read the card text, because when you're watching a video, and I found this in a DB Grinder video, which will be I will link that in the description. It was happening so fast. I was like, I kind of know what virtual cards do, but Sword Soul, I kind of do too. But when you just say effective this, effective that, it's hard to follow, which is why I make these videos. So we'll go ahead and get into it. Again, this is like a one-for-one rendition. So what you see me draw is what they drew in that video too, just so it's a little more exact and just a little easier to follow. So we can go ahead and activate, Sword Soul Emergence. What you need to know is that this card adds a Sword Soul monster from deck to hand. There's a little bit of level manipulation in there, but it does not come up during this combo, so don't think about it too much. Anyways, we can go ahead and add the Sword Soul of Mo Yi. When this card is normal summon, you can reveal a Sword Soul card or a Worm monster, which is very important because the virtual world, or some of them, I think GG specifically, is also a Worm monster, which helps a lot for his combos. When you're not playing 10 Ys in this deck, which of course you're not, that's where that synergy comes in, and that's kind of like how it replaces it, and that's how the archetype really works at all. Alright, so Mo, you can go ahead, reveal the Long Yuan, special summon that token, go into the Synchro. This is Chi Xiao. This card lets you add a Sword Soul card from your deck, so that's it. It's a freebie. And then Mo Yi, when it's used as Synchro material, you get to draw a card. So much advantage. Also, this card is just a monster negate on the field, which is pretty cool. Alright, so you can go ahead and add the Sword Soul Blackout. All this card does, target a Worm monster you control, and 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy them. So you get 2 pops with this card. It's like Icarus attack, pretty much. And they drew into a GG. It's a Worm monster like I just talked about. Now we can activate the effect of the Sword Soul Long Yuan. This card lets you discard a Sword Soul or a Worm monster. Special summon this card from your hand. Then you get to special summon a token. So we can go ahead and discard the GG. Because we're going to be able to add GG later in the combo. I'm pretty sure that's why they did this. Because, well, I'll talk about it, what virtual world cards do, if you don't know. And we can go ahead and convert those right into a Baroness de Fleur. So we're just under 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we're just under the Biru, I'm pretty sure. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I guess they could have Nibiru'd you already, but okay, that's fine. Now we can activate the effect of the Quan Lun. Quan Lun lets you just basically activate a virtual world spell or trap directly from the deck, face up, so we can grab ourselves a Chuche, which is just a pop. Now we can activate the effect of Lulu. If you don't know what virtual world cards do, I'll quickly explain. If it's in your hand, you get to target a virtual world card, like any of them, monsters, spells, or traps, and you're going to target one of them, and you get to send a different type. So if you target a trap, you send a monster or a spell. And then they also, like all the virtual monsters, have that special summon ability. And then the difference between all of them is the second effect. So once it hits the board, it does something else. So in the case of Lulu, when you target something and you special summon it, you get to add the 3rd card. So if you send a spell, you get to add a monster. Pretty simple. So we can go ahead and target the trap and send a Qinglong. In a moment, you get to banish this card and to add a virtual world. Then you have to discard a card or send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard. And we're going to go ahead and add the GG to hand. GG's affected target. This time, the Lulu. That way you can go ahead and Foolish Burial the trap card here, which is the Xuanwu. Now we can Synchro Summon those into a Stardust Charged Warrior. This is very simple. This card simply lets you draw a card when Synchro Summoned. Not too bad. Draw into the Quan Lun. Can't use that again, but it's alright. Now we can use the effect of Qinglong to search. Now we have to send a card to the graveyard, which is actually kind of nice because Chuche lets you banish it to level manipulate, which will be good for going into Shen Shen later in the turn. Activate the effect of Lao Lao. Lao Lao targeting the trap. Foolish Burial the Nian Nian. And then what Lao Lao's secondary effect after the special summon, it lets you special summon a virtual world monster from your graveyard in defense position with a different name from the card sent to the graveyard. Not too complicated. We can go ahead and special summon back the GG, which is going to trigger the effect of the Niang Niang, because when a level 3 monster is normal or special summoned to your field, while this card's in the graveyard, you get to special summon it. And it gets special summoned as a tuner too, which is pretty sick. you can convert the Stardust Warrior and the Lao Lao and go into an Ultimaya Tzolk'in. So this card cannot be synchro summoned. It must be special summoned from your extra deck by sending 2 level 5 or higher monsters you control with the same level to the graveyard. One of them has to be a tuner and the other has to be a non-tuner. Pretty strange. So these are both level 6 and the Lao Lao's a tuner, of course. All this card says is, well, all of it is a very good card. When you set a card to your field, it lets you special summon a level 7 or a dragon synchro monster from your extra deck. It's literally just a free extra deck monster. So we can go ahead and set the Swordsoul Blackout, special summon from the extra deck the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Then we can use the effect of the Chuche, and keep in mind this card is a tuner now, and now it's going to be a level 6 tuner. And that'll let us go into Shenshin. So, yeah, like, this is the combo. I say that so simply, but of course it's very good. Chuche's pop is online. We have an Omni Negate here. Everything from the field is now banished. A monster negate and another monster negate. Plus the 2 pops, of course, with the Blackout. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, that's it. Like, that's the combo. Hopefully, you know, me slowing it down helped you out a lot. If you don't know what Virtual World cards do, if you don't know what Swordsoul cards do, you know, it's really nice, you know, for me personally to break these down. It just helps me understand them more, so that when I see other gameplay videos and he says effective Mo Yi, effective this, effective that, it makes more sense to me now, and I'm not just like watching cards fly onto the board and I'm completely lost. But yeah, other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.